Welcome to this video tutorial on how to build a simple invoice data extraction process with KuFlow and our Python template. The purpose of this tutorial is to guide you through the process of building an easy-to-use workflow in KuFlow that extracts data from an invoice, display it on a screen, and obtain confirmation for the invoice processing. Please note that to create the app, you can follow the instructions in previous tutorials or search in our YouTube channel the how-to video. For this tutorial, we will create a process definition with 5 tasks. We will give the process a name, a description, select the KuFlow engine since we are going to work with temporal, and complete the rest. In permissions, we will assign the initiators and managers. File upload allows the user to upload the invoice file. All users in the organization will be able to execute this task. File processing will show the progress of the data extraction. This task will be executed by the system, and the users will be able to view it. Data validation will show the data extracted from the invoice, allowing modification and requesting processing approval. Invoice processing will show the progress of the invoice processing. This task will be executed by the system and users will be able to view it. Process response will show an invoice process confirmation number. In this task, we emulate the response from an external system. We will publish our process and download the template in Python language. Once you have unzipped the template, open it and, on a new terminal window in your IDE, execute the following commands to create a new virtual environment. First, we will create a new file called activities.py, which is an example set of activities. Here you can write your own implementation or modify the base code provided. And remember, you can download this project from our community repository on GitHub. The activities file will have the necessary code to perform the following actions: retrieve tasks and documents from KuFlow with KuFlow REST client, download and convert them into images, extract and process data from images and strings, and return the final data as a response. Since we are going to use two particular libraries, we must add them to our project. For this, we will execute the following command in a terminal window. After the implementation, you will see something like this. In order to register the recently created activities in our application worker, we must modify worker.py. Now, we will modify the workflow file to create the most basic tasks for this business process. The first task, upload file, allows the user to upload the invoice file. At the end of this asynchronous task, we add a return ID line for further reference of the task and later obtain the file that was uploaded by the user. The second task, file processing, has been converted to asynchronous to make it easier to use. We add the variable upload task ID as an argument, which will receive the ID of the file upload task. The code has been modified to add new functionality to claim and complete the task, as well as execute an additional activity called invoice activities.invoice data extraction for OCR and extraction of the invoice information. The third task, data validation, receives the data from the file processing task and involves setting values for some task element before creating and executing the task. Specifically, 4 elements for buyer name, invoice ID, invoice date, and grand total are set with values extracted from the final data object. Once the user has validated the data and given their approval, the invoice processing tasks will show the progress of the invoice processing. After successful processing, the processed response task will show an invoice process confirmation number. Now, we have to modify the workflow run method. The main change is the execution of some tasks, which after the modification will be dependent on the competition of others. As you will see, we assign the result of the first task to a variable, pass it as an argument to the second task, and repeat the same in the third one. We can test all that we have done by running the worker.py. Then initiating the process in KuFlow's UI and following the workflow steps. That concludes this video tutorial on building a simple invoice data extraction process with KuFlow and Python. I hope you found it easy to follow. My name is Hector and I'm here to help you. Please follow me and KuFlow in our social media networks.